The kid's book idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's called A Fish Tale. And what's interesting is I heard Joe Rogan mention this concept before, but I thought of this all on my own. No, and way before. This was even before the Joe Rogan podcast even existed. I thought of this and wrote this book. So it's called A Fish Tale. So it's a story about a fish, and he's in this school, and he's just kind of curious, kind of eccentric, but he's okay. He's a fish, kind of young, and then one day he's going looking for food or whatever, and he gets this worm floating around, good food, right? Worm, boom, gets snatched up, boom, it's a fisherman, caught him, flopping around in the boat, right? And they take a picture of him, and they throw it back, catch and release situation. So he comes back, and he wasn't gone for 2 minutes maybe. So he comes back and he's like, "Hey guys, guess what? I just got yanked, to the surface, over, above the surface, and these like weird beings."
It's like a UFO story.
Right. So that's the thing. So, and he was describing them. He's like, "There's these weird beings. They didn't need water to breathe. They had, these weird appendages, kind of like, they just weren't anything like us, but I saw their eyes, but that was kind of it. And then these flashing devices, went off, and then they just put me right back. And here, look at my little scar. I'll even show you." And they're like, "Yeah." No one believed them. They were like, "Oh yeah, he's just an eccentric fish. This, there's no such thing as that kind of stuff, And what? He got a little scar. We all have scars from fucking whatever. But meanwhile, that really happened, right? So the parallel there is, of course, the UFO. UFO, but just because it doesn't happen to everybody doesn't mean that it's not true necessarily, So like, people claim abductions or whatever. It seems crazy, and I straight up don't believe it for other reasons other than,
You don't believe what? Abductions?
I don't think that they're alien abductions. No, the stories of alien abductions by these people or whatever that get abducted. Allegedly,
something like that happened to me.
Okay.
It's something we should talk about on the podcast.
Well, talk about it right now. What happened? I'm
just kidding.
Well, here's the thing, though. Well, when you say, not you, but when someone says, "I got abducted by aliens, let me tell you my account," those being abducted by aliens and then whatever their account is are two different things, no matter what. So they're basically explaining an experience and then giving a
hypothesis of what it was.
Yeah, and most of the time, not even a hypothesis. They're just saying straight up that that's what it was. They're putting, they're naming that experience and basically verifying it and making it they're basically saying that that's what it was. They're defining it or whatever. So and they're so it's like ghosts. When people say they see ghosts, you don't even know what a ghost is. People don't know what a ghost is. Like the human race, like, what's a ghost? Someone would say, "Oh, it's someone's spirit from, they die and then their spirit goes and like lives on or whatever." But why would you think that? Because movies say that? Because anyone looking into that can tell you there's no evidence of that. And I'm not saying that's not what they are. I'm not saying that. But you're over here making that claim that that's what it is. And then that's what you saw. So all the explanations of your quote unquote experience, whether you think you're abducted by aliens, saw a ghost, whatever, saw a Bigfoot, your account of the experience and what actually happened, the explanation of that experience, are two different things. So you can't just put an explanation on the experience and all the possible explanations of your experience. Let's say there's infinite. You lost time. You got passed out. You woke up in a field with a scar or whatever, and you have these weird memories, whatever. Not memories. They're not even memories typically. Just what really happened, the real explanation for your experience, there's probably a good million of them, right? All the way down to you imagine the whole thing. All the way down to you're lying. All the way down to you're hallucinating. all the way down to you were hungover, so your
All the way
brain
down
did this.
to you actually got abducted by aliens.
Right, we'll just call that as one of the million. You went straight to aliens. And not only did you go straight to aliens, there's no evidence for that. There's evidence for people hallucinating. There's evidence for all these other things, and you went straight to the one with no evidence. For whatever reason, and there's reason for it, and so you can't be mad at the people, but that's why it's hard to believe these things, But my little kid's book, it kind of puts a little bit of a, like not doubt, but kind of like, but you still can't dismiss it, because here's like an analogy that kind of, helps you believe. Know what I'm saying?
Let's do this.
Were you fighting back a yawn about like maybe 2 minutes?
I was, yeah. I held it in. I don't want that to be on video.